Hello and welcome back to my channel. I did tell you a couple of days ago that I would be able to do a video regarding my non-scale victories that I hope I'll be able to achieve whenever I have right after I have the surgery. Well, not right after. I won't be able to accomplish all these things here on my list. But once I have the surgery and I'm able to follow the directions and I'm able to um, within 3 to 6 months be able to come up with some of these non-scale victories. I can cross them off my list, but for right now, I'm going to keep them on my list until I get to that stage or that point. I'm going to do a few videos here and there just to let you know on the side. But for right now, today, I'm going to do the non-scale victory ones. I'm going to try to keep y'all in the loop of my channel so that y'all can see that I'm still here and I'm still breathing and that I'm still ready and excited to get my surgery done. So let's get started on my non-scale victories that I hope to accomplish, that I'll be able to cross off my list once I get to that stage or get to that victory. Now these are not in any kind of order of chronological order or anything, or any order that I want them to be in. I just wrote them down as I thought of them. That way I wouldn't forget them. So let's go ahead and get this started. If I've forgotten any non-scale victories, I'm sure I will list them at the very end of this video. If I forgotten them at all in this video without even mentioning it, I'm sure I'll probably bring up a video of a non-scale victory that I wasn't able to come up with on the list and won't be able to mark it off. Until then, we'll just go ahead and continue with what's on my list. And if I think of anything between now and then, like I said, I'll name them at the end of this video. So number one, number one is fit into smaller clothes. When I was in my young 30s, I was able to lose the weight that I needed to lose at the time, which I wasn't really expecting to lose the weight at that time. But I was riding my bike back and forth to work. I know I mentioned this in a video earlier, in my very first video. But I was riding my bike back and forth to work, and I lived a long ways away from work. And I mean, I probably was riding my bike 2 miles a day back and forth. And I was also watching what I ate back then, and making sure I was healthy at that time. So when I did that, about 3 months into working, I lost 90 pounds in 3 months. And I was quite shocked. I went from 260 pounds, I think it was 260. Yeah, 260 pounds to 179 pounds. I got under the Wonderland victory area of under 100. And I was able to wear thinner clothes than what I was wearing. But I kept my thicker clothes just in case, because you never know what could happen if you weren't able to maintain your weight loss or whatnot. But 90 pounds in 3 months, that's a lot of amount of weight to lose in that short amount of time without even doing the surgery. So I was able to fit into smaller clothes, and I still have those smaller clothes to this day. Not knowing that I was going to be back to where I am now. So I was able to keep those clothes as a reminder of hopefully one of these days when I do get to my Wonderland years again, I'll be able to fit, or my Wonderland months again, I'll be able to fit into those clothes again. But be able to maintain my weight at the same time. So number one was fit into smaller clothes. Number two is to be able to fit into booths at restaurants, of course. um, who overweight wise can say that they can actually fit into a boot that's not squeezing the life out of their guts. At some places, we have to sit at a normal table to be able to. And I like sitting at booths because the chairs are a lot softer. Um, and when you're overweight and you have a hard bum, it's really comfortable to sit in a booth. But when you're as overweight as both me and my husband are, which he's gonna be joining me along. He's not gonna go through the surgery, but he's gonna go along with me on the weight loss journey to help him lose weight as well. But for right now, we're both overweight. When you have a couple that's both overweight and you're sitting at a booth, both of you are squeezing the life out of yourselves trying to fit into that booth and thinking everyone's looking at you like, are they going to be able to fit? Are they going to be able to get out? Are they going to be able to squeeze out of that booth? But yeah, I want to be able to sit into a booth comfortably. Let's just put it this way: when we go to Golden Corral, because of how tight their booths are when it comes to regular people sitting in them, I have to sit all the way to the far next to the wall while he sits on the opposite end, and we have to push the table to where we both are comfortable. Not too far to where it's you can see that it's catty corner, but enough to where we're both comfortable. And I still try to think to myself, is someone looking over here, seeing our table? Oh, that's catty corner. They must not be able to fit in that booth. So I want to be able to fit in the booth comfortably. Excuse me, without any repercussions or without thinking someone is looking at you in an oddly weird way. Okay, so fit into booths at restaurants again, since I used to fit in one before. Excuse me, goodness. I want to be able to. I haven't been on a plane in a while. The last time I was on a plane was when I was heading to Pennsylvania. I think it was Pennsylvania. It might have been North Carolina. So this is a non-scale victory for anyone who loses weight through surgery. Is to be able to sit on a plane in a seat where it's comfortable and you don't have to worry about the edges hitting or your fatty hips hitting the edges of the seat or the sides of the seat, and you want to be able to go without having to use a seatbelt extender. If I'm sure if I were to get on a plane now, I probably would have to have that seatbelt extender. So yeah, let's just put it this way. No, that's why I don't do airplanes. If I have to, if it's close by, I will drive straight there and drive straight back. Now, if it is something that I have to travel a long distance for, that I have to be on a plane for, I will try to avoid anything I can to. I'll be like, can this wait until after my surgery? Anyway, so okay, and then number 3. Oh no, that's number 3. Number 4. I am still a young whippersnapper to some people. I'm 2 years away from 50, and I still look like I'm young. A lot of people think that I'm still in my 30s. No, I'm in my 40s, almost close to 50. But I want to be able to be fit to where I can uh, fit into rides again because I am a thrill seeker. I will do any kind of ride that you can think of. Whenever you see them on Facebook, I will try to do that ride. The outlandish kind of rides that you can see daredevils doing. I love roller coasters. I love the roller coasters with the double loops. I'll take triple loops, quadruple loops. I'll take any kind of swirly loops. Um, I'll do any kind of ride, but I want to be able to fit into that ride. Right now, I know I'm not able to fit into the ride, so um, yeah, we'll just cut that out. So, for right now, I'm not able to do them, but once I get to that point, I want to be able to mark this off of my list of things that are non-scale victories, like being able to fit into a ride. One thing that really got me the most was the last time I was able to fit onto a ride was 20 years ago. But the real last time that I was able to fit onto a ride was 10 years ago. And that was on one of our fair rides that is so long, it's like a stick that I mean it is long, 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 long. I mean, it is probably 1,000 feet apart. Is how how tall it is. I don't really know how long it is, but I know I've been on that ride before, and I was able to fit on that ride. Excuse me, sorry. And that was 10 years ago, and now I can't even fit on that ride. And the way I could tell that I couldn't fit on that ride, I couldn't even get on the ride without even telling I could fit because, well, the person that was running the ride was very rude to me. And without me even getting on the ride to see if I could fit, he just said, no, you can't get on because you are too fat. You are too fat. Okay. First of all, when you do a okay, when you have someone or you want to do something and someone tells you, "Oh no, you can't do it because you are too fat to ride the ride." I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not. But no, some people, whenever they're told they're fat, it is a trigger word that really gets to someone and it stays on their conscious for a very long time. It may all the way until they die. Um, and it is a very hurtful word. The FAT word is a very hurtful word. Now, if you do PHAT, it's probably different. But when you say fat, no. I think more of us kind of uh, like the comedian himself, we're considered fluffy. Fluffy! Fluffy. I like that word. It just sounds so adorable. Kind of like when you call your dog Fluffy. Hey, Fluffy, come here, Fluffy. Oh, you're so cute. We like to be rather be called Fluffy because it's not that much of a derogatory word when it comes to overweightness. And I'd rather be called that instead of fat. So next time someone calls me fat, they better make sure they can run. Let's put it that way. Not that I'm threatening anyone, but just to let you know. Okay, so yeah, I want to be able to fit into rides at the fairs and even at amusement parks. Cause one day, me and my husband have plan to go to Universal Studios and want to do the Harry Potter area. Cause I'm a Harry Potter fan, and want to go and do the Hogwarts rides and everything else like that, and do other rides at that fair that we want to do together. But we can't whenever we're overweight. So that will be a non-skill victory for the both of us that hopefully we'll be able to accomplish and achieve once we get to that point. Excuse me, sorry. All right. Okay, so number 5 would be. Now I'm gonna put a few of these back together because a long time ago I used to go skydiving and I wasn't as big as I am today. Back then, I was able to fit into a skydive suit, and I was the first one to go out and skydive. Although I could not reach my toggles, I could not. Um, I could not reach anything else to be able to steer the parachute with, and so I was just floating in air, and I was enjoying the scenery at the time until I started going, yes, sir, and to the ground. Oh, Lord, please be with me today. Please have your guiding angels protect me today because I cannot control my toggles. And when you cannot control your toggles, you will be bouncing on the ground. And I don't want to be one of those ones that bounced on the ground. So God did have his angels with me that day. And I didn't thank him for it at that time, but I thank him now so ever so much because I know he had his angels then because even though I couldn't control my parachute back then, he had his angels protecting me as I was going through the telephone pole wires because I slid right through. I hung there for a second and um, then I was able to come through easily. But when I hit the ground, I hit the back of my head and I hit it kind of hard, but I was able to come through obviously because I that's all I remember of that day. And then I was told by the owner of the skydiving company that I couldn't do that again until I lost a lot of weight. So if I do any kind of skydiving again, I want to be able to do it when I'm thinner. When I get to the weight I want to be at, and this time instead of doing it by myself, I want to do it tandem at first. And then maybe along the way do it by myself to where I can see if I can toggle the sticks again. And maybe I won't have to worry about God's angels protecting me that day. I mean, they can still protect me all they want on that day. But I would rather see if I can do it myself being thinner than what I am now and going from there. Whew. Then all these others like cliff diving, um, like uh bungee jumping, um hang gliding, everything that you can do in the air other than skydiving, I want to be able to do um as a non-scale victory, and I'm hoping one day that I'll be able to cross that off my list. Another one is to be able to rock climb for the first time. I have never been able to rock climb because I've been overweight since they came up with the rock climbing business. Um, my kids were able to do it when they first came up with it, but because I was overweight at the time, I wasn't able to do it. I want to be able to accomplish that by climbing up the wall all the way to the top and ring that buzzer and say, "Hey, I finally made this non-scale victory, and I can proudly say that I can rock climb. And I want to make that one of my hobbies once I lose the weight, and hopefully be able to make this as a normal, regular hobby. My next non-scale victory that I hope I'll be able to accomplish is to be able to wear a normal size wedding ring. Right now, my size that I can wear is probably a 12 or a 13 when it comes to wearing a ring of any kind. And once I get to my uh, once I get to my non-scale victory, I want to be able to wear a size 6 or 7 ring. And I was told I'm big boned. I want to be able to see if I am big boned once I lose this weight, once I get to the weight that I want to be at, once I become healthy. If I'm not big boned, I want to be able to see if I can wear a 6 or 7 size ring. If not, maybe a 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there, but less than 12 or 13. Let's put it that way. So, that's one of my non-scale victories I'll be able to mark off once I get to that point. Another one is to be able to wear high heels again. I want to be able to. I used to wear high heels back in when I was in my early 20s before I gave birth to Autumn, my oldest daughter. And after that, I was not able to wear high heels anymore. Wearing high heels hurt because of my ankles and everything being so fluffy. So yeah, I want to be able to wear high heels again. High heels with a nice looking dress. I want to go out with my husband for once to a nice dinner date and wear a nice dress and high heels. And say I was able to accomplish that and mark it off my list. Alright. So the next thing I want to be able to do when it comes to losing to be able to do the non-scale victories after I've gotten to a healthy weight is to be able to have modeling pics done without being ridiculed. Now I know I'm not all right now that gorgeous or that sexy looking or that beautimous because my face is so. I know I'm not that pretty. Now, let's put it that way. But when I get to my healthy weight range, hopefully I will be, and I'll be able to do pics to where I can pose certain different poses and everything else like that, and come up with a awesome picture to be able to post to my Facebook page, and also pose it as a before and after picture, so I can show how I've come so far and what I've accomplished. Another thing I want to be able to do for my non-scale victory is to be able to walk without pain in my hips and without being out of breath. Right now, whenever I walk, like if I go to a park and walk, I can only walk a certain distance and then I'm stopping and hoping there's a bench nearby. So I'll be like, hold on. Because I will not go to the park without my husband walking and everything. So, when we go next time after I've done surgery, I know you have to walk a lot. So I want to be able to go to our big park, and walk a lot and be able to do it without being out of breath and without my hips hurting. Um, that part of the song where da 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 and the hips don't lie. Well, my hips don't lie. They tell me when I'm in pain. Another thing is I want to be able to do a couch to 5K. I've heard of a lot of people doing that on their videos. I want to be able to do that as well. I'll probably do a video on that where I hopefully by the time summertime gets here, I'll be able to do a couch to 5K and go from there, and hopefully be able to mark this off my list. And hopefully once I do the couch to 5K, I won't have be out of breath when I'm doing that 5K walk, and maybe even do a 5K run. I know that it's gonna be a little bit, but um, I want that to be one of my non-skill victories I can mark off as well. Another one is to be able to run a marathon. Now I know some people say that you don't have to exercise to lose the weight. Well, you know what? I know you don't have to, but I want to. Some people choose not to. I want to. Um, yeah, I want to lose the fat off of my body, but if I gain muscle, more power to me. I'll even try to be a muscle builder. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not even that gorgeous to be a muscle builder, so I'm not even worried about that. But if I gain muscle and lose the fat, then hey, that's more power to me. But I want to be able to run a marathon without being out of breath and whatnot. But I'll get there. I'm not gonna make it too quickly. I'll within a year from now, hopefully I'll be able to run a marathon, and I'll be able to do a video stating it and everything, and go from there. Another thing I want to be able to do is to walk around a store without a cart. And I'm not talking about just an electric cart. I'm talking about a normal push cart, because right now I'm only able to use a push cart whenever I go to Walmart, any other kind of store in my town, like a United Supercenter, not Supercenter, United supermarkets and other things, Sam's. I'm only able to do a push cart because, like I said, I can't even walk without my hips hurting or being out of breath. And leaning on a cart helps a lot better than walking a certain distance and then needing to sit down for a little bit. Even though they have a seating area where they have snacks and food where you can get something to eat at or whatnot. And I want to be able to um, walk around the whole store without being out of breath. Once I get to that point of non-skill victory, I'll mark that off my list and go from there, and I'll be so happy. I'll tell my husband to push the car. I'll be like, let me walk. Another thing I want to be able to do is to be able to reach in places on my body that I can't reach right now for. Like, I'm not. Don't think I'm thinking dirty. I'm not. But I want to be able to reach like my back to be able to. Yeah. There are some times where I can put my bra on, but there are times where I have to have my husband's help, and I'd rather be able to put my bra on myself to have my husband's help. I mean, I'm grateful for my husband. Thank you, Jason, for helping me all those times that you've helped me put on my bra, but I need to be able to do it on my own too sometimes. And whenever you're not there for me to be able to put my bra on, it's kind of hard. I always have to button it in the front and then put my bra on in a different way. And I want to be able to put it on myself without having to do all that. I want to be able to reach my back if I have an itch I need to scratch, or if I need to do something else, or if I want to become a bendy person. Kind of like a contortionist or something. I don't know if I want to do that or not, but I see what them contortionists can do. I didn't add this on, but I'll add it on at the end of the list, so hopefully I won't forget about it, but I'll keep it in the back of my mind for right now. Another one I want to be able to do is go to Las Vegas and walk up and down the strip without stopping, and being out of breath and my hips hurting. That's another non-scale victory I want to put, because we've been to Las Vegas before, and oh my goodness, we had to stop 20 times up and down that strip before we went back to our hotel, and I didn't even get to enjoy the sights and sounds that we saw. I mean, I remember some of the things that I saw, but because we had to get back to our hotel in time or whatnot, I had a hard time. He didn't. He's used to all this walking around because he works in a store to where he walks around in his area. So um he's used to all this. But me, no, I'm not. I need to get back out there and walk again, and doing it beforehand and doing it after the surgery. Doing it beforehand actually helps with the surgery, because you'll be so used to it that you don't have to worry about them saying, "Okay, we need to walk." So I'm gonna start getting back out there and walking again. I've been out there exercising again, so I can get used to doing the exercises again. Before surgery, so that whenever surgery does hit, that I can just go ahead and um, be more active when it comes to uh, losing the weight after surgery. And the final thing that I have that I want to be able to discuss is be able to do yoga without help. I love doing yoga, and I did it when I was much younger. But after gaining the weight with my girls and being overweight ever since, I haven't been able to do yoga stances or whatnot, and I want to be able to do them without any accommodations or help. I want to be able to do a supine or whatever those different poses that they whatever they call them, like the war stance, be able to do all that stuff and not have to worry about falling over, needing help or accommodation to do it. I want to be able to do it on my own. And I'm not going to use a yoga instructor. I'll just be my own yoga instructor. That way I don't have to worry about someone helping me. I want to be able to do it on my own. That way, if I do get to do yoga with somebody else doing it, then I can show them what I can do. And the final thing that I was thinking about when it comes to the non-scale victories is to be able to, number one, cross my legs, which is a very should be a number one thing to do non-scale victory wise. But once I get to that point, I'm gonna write it down on my list. After I get through, be able to cross my legs, and the final one, be able to sit Indian style on the floor or on a couch or anywhere else that I can feel comfortable doing sitting Indian style. Where some people say crisscross applesauce. I want to be able to do that. And so these are some of my non-skill victories that I want to do. I do thank you for watching my video today. I know it was a long video today, but I hope that I will be able to look back on this video and say, hey, I was able to accomplish each and every one of these. And hopefully I can be able to help some of y'all out that are wanting to do the surgery, or who haven't even thought of doing the surgery yet but want to, or have already done the surgery. You already know what I'm talking about. So thank you very much for watching my channel. I will do some more videos maybe in a couple of days, or yeah, a couple of days. I think I'll do mine every 2 days, so I could keep up with doing videos and whatnot. And since I've been doing videos every once a month, I need to start doing them twice a week. So thank you very much for watching my video. If you like this video, please hit that like button in the face. And comment down below if you like the video. If you have any questions for me, comments, or anything else like that, just comment down below. And please subscribe if you haven't. I'd like to see a few more subscribers if I could. If not, that's fine. But thanks for watching my video anyway. I do appreciate everybody that has commented on my video so far. Especially you, Tina. Thank you very much for being there for me, and uh, for others that have been there for me as well. Thank you as well. There will be times where I will do a live video, but for right now, I'm not going to do one until maybe after surgery, uh, or whatnot. That way I can talk to y'all and let y'all know what's been going on. And once I get a few more subscribers and stuff like that, I'll be able to maybe have a live video chat to where if y'all have any questions or comments, y'all can comment right then and there, and we can just have a good old discussion and then go from there. Again, thank you very much for watching this video. Have a great day, and I will see y'all in a couple of days. Have a great day.